what's up, everybody? This is Trevor Beckman, and welcome to Sideline Sports. This is the Niners Saints halftime report. So let's get into it. There's a few things I want to say. First thing I want to preface this off by saying that I think the Niners have all the tools in the world to go ahead and win the Super Bowl this year. A couple of key notes: Deebo Samuels is out still, not hurt, but he's sitting out another preseason game. That makes sense. Kittle's sitting out. Christian McCaffrey as well. But we know that Christian McCaffrey is hurt, and the other two guys don't need to get in that much work, and we don't want to get them hurt in the preseason games. So today, Brock Purdy actually got the start, which is great. He started off kind of slow. He hit two wide receivers in the first series, but for the most part had a couple of bad passes in the second series and had a 3-and-out in the second series as well. It seems like that the wide receivers aren't quite in sync with him, but those are guys trying to make the team. A couple of rookies out there that are just not quite running the routes as crisply as he would like it. Ronnie Bell is somebody I thought was going to have a great preseason, and he's had great practices, but his preseason games are looking a little bit rough. He's not really running the routes like he's supposed to, I don't think, and he's not really connecting or syncing up with his quarterback as well as I'd like. So Purdy off to a little bit of a rocky start the first few series. But I want to say overall he's moving around a lot. He got hit twice in the first series. So I don't like the fact that they had him out there for a long time when he was getting hit pretty often in the first few series or running for his life. So I think it's good that they brought him out after the third series and Dobbs came in. Dobbs looked really, really good, actually. He connected for 7 for 7 on his passes. In the fourth series, he had a nice handoff to Breida. He had a nice run himself for 8 yards for a first down. Again, he was having a hard time connecting with Ronnie Bell, just like Brock Purdy was. But it looks like he's actually vying for a good backup to the starting quarterback. At first, I wasn't sure about Dobbs, how he was going to play. But the more I've seen him in the last few preseason games, he's looking really, really good. I think he should probably be the backup quarterback the way he's playing right now. So he had a nice run for about 15 yards. And he also made a pass to Matt Breida as well in the second series that he was in. So Breida had a few good runs there. He also connected with Cowing for a nice chunky yardage to get down to 1st and goal towards the end of the second half. And then he ran the ball in for a touchdown. So Dobbs is looking pretty good. He's playing like a guy who wants the second spot. He's out there. He's sacrificing his body. He's running with purpose. He looks good. The special teams are pretty lackluster. I still think the special teams is pretty weak. We're not seeing anything going on with them as far as any really good run backs. I will say that Wesley Marvin had 2 really great punts that put the Saints back on the inside their own 10. So I think in that way we have a good punter there, but the rest of the special teams as far as run backs and just overall performance is not doing very well. Hold on, sorry. Anyway, so let's see. What else do we have to? What do you want to talk about? Purdy also overthrew wide receiver Taylor as well. I kind of thought that was a little bit of a sloppy play. Purdy was running around in the backfield quite a bit on a play and threw crossfield, which is never really advised to do, but he did pretty well with that last year. But he tried that again this preseason, and he missed his wide receiver just by a little bit, but also it looked like it had a good chance of getting intercepted. A really good bright spot, though, I will say, is that the defense is looking really, really good. Jair Brown took down running back in the second series for a loss. The D came out every single series and pretty much played very, very solid. I would say on the third and fourth series, they were kind of getting worn down a little bit, and the Saints started to be able to move the ball kind of any way they wanted to for a little while. But they did hold them to scoring. I mean, they scored, but they held the score down. I think the Saints, the way they were running the ball and passing the ball, it felt like they could have scored a couple of touchdowns. But the Niners did kind of lock it down and hold them off a little bit too. Mustafa's continuing to look good. He's a bright spot in the defense. He looks, for a rookie, he's looking awesome. I really hope he starts in the beginning of the season. I don't know if he's going to, but I'm hoping that he gets a start because he's just looking like a guy that's just coming out of the gate ready to play some football and kick some butt. So overall, the team looks much better in the second preseason game. Go figure. The defense has done a 180. The defense looks really great for the most part. Again, in the third and fourth series, they did look like they were getting taken advantage of a little bit on the run and in the pass. They were kind of making a few mistakes there. They were dropping coverage a little bit. But overall, the defense is, night and day better than last game. So that's exciting to see that the defense is stepping up a little bit. And then with Brock Purdy, I'd say there's like really no reason to panic. It's his first game in, and he played a few series in the first quarter and one series in the second quarter. And he wasn't getting any good coverage. None of the wide receivers are open, and he was running for his life. So I wouldn't say just because Josh Dobbs came in and made a few good passes, ran the ball pretty well, and ran the ball in for a touchdown, that means anything. It's just preseason, but Purdy kind of had it rough because nobody really was getting open for him. The wide receivers were not in sync with him. It didn't look like, and I don't think it was his fault. I do think the wide receivers just need to get it together a little bit more and understand what plays are being run and when Brock Purdy needs you to come back when he's on the scramble trying to complete a pass. That didn't happen in one play. So there is some work to be done there. But overall, we know Brock Purdy is going to be awesome. He's going to come out and play great. And this is really for some of the other guys trying to make the team and some of the other players trying to, showcase their skills. Dobbs is looking really good. In preseason, as far as like the training camp goes, I wasn't really sure if he was going to even have a chance at that second spot. Now I kind of feel like it's his to lose. He's looking really great. So he's definitely the shining spot of the game so far going into halftime, of course. We'll see what happens in the second half. But overall, Josh Dobbs looks good. Niners are running the ball okay. But overall, I think the shining star is Dobbs, and the defense is coming together. Special teams is a little lackluster, and I'd like to see the wide receivers kind of wake up and start running the routes as if they were supposed to. We'll probably see that more in the second half. So stay tuned for the post-game show, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.